Shaw with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization. I'm back in Sasquatch Canyon. Last night we picked up a game camera in Rough Hollow. The game cam was chewed up. We went back by the structure area in the land of the giants, and it was chewed up and stuff and whatever. Didn't catch what chewed on it a little bit. Well, anyway, on our way out, we talked to the local rancher. He only lives less than a mile from the mouth of Rough Hollow, and he's pretty much one of two year-round residents in this 35-mile-long canyon. So anyway, we start talking to him, and he starts telling us some of the weird stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks around his house. 2 nights in a row last week, him and his dog were out in the dark, out behind his property, farting around, doing whatever he does, out by one of his sheds, and something growled at him. And he says it wasn't a bear growl. He says there was kind of like a screechy scream associated with the growl. And Jenny and I really love his dog. His dog's a real protective dog and stuff. Well, his dog has always gone after any bear. Growl, no growl, it goes after the bears, and whatever growled at him and his dog 2 nights in a row. Scared the crap out of his dog. His dog come right to his feet, and he says scared the shit out of him. And anyway, there's a slot canyon that takes him back to the higher elevations of his property. He has about 1,000 acres on the northwest side of Rough Hollow, and that's our study area. Well, he was telling me last night that he's been finding some really good footprints with some really nice toes in the dirt up there near where the elk and the deer are. He says he found a trackway of them last week, and they were on a real steep section, and he goes, they weren't leaving a full footprint. It wasn't leaving a full footprint. It was only leaving the toes and the upper half of the foot, and I explained to him that Bigfoot have a mid-tarsal where they have that joint right there, and a lot of us that study Bigfoot believe that they use the front of that mid-tarsal to climb, or whatever else. I'm sure they have one use for it. But anyway, he was telling us that there's the footprint that's 8 inches wide. Well, the one that we call the 19-inch footprint that's damn near 19 inches long is the one leaving the 8-inch wide footprints. So we told him he's probably finding that one up there. Something else that he told us that on top of his property, up at the higher elevations, his home's about 7,000 feet elevation, and then the higher ranges up on the cliffs and the mountaintops of his property get up to 8,000 and even 9,500 feet. And that's where the deer, elk, and bighorn sheep are staying. And he said the last time he was up there, he found several kills of deer, one of an elk, and one of a bighorn sheep that didn't look like they were attributed to a mountain lion kill or a bear kill. He's been in this canyon for 38 years, ranching pretty much. So he's seen a lot in this canyon. He knows what a mountain lion kill and a bear kill looks like. So there's something up there taking out the elk, sheep, or bighorn sheep, and the deer that isn't consistent with a mountain lion kill or a bear kill. And then something else, those 2 nights where they got the growl, one of those nights he's got a burn barrel where he burns some of his trash, or when he's hanging out at night, to have a fire and everything. Something took his burn barrel and turned it upside down. Boom. Tell me that's a bear. A cylinder barrel, 55-gallon, and turned it around and set it down. So he's had some odd stuff. He was asking me last night how to cast footprints, because he's been finding some up on the top of his property that are pretty impressive, he says. I told him that down in Rough Hollow along the borderline of his property that we've probably found about 300 footprint in the last 2 years of Bigfoot. So yeah, it's just crazy. I think he had a Class B Bigfoot experience. I think him and his dog got growled at by one the other night.